Jang Hyuk rushes to the hospital, where he is cared for by a compassionate nurse named Da-yoon. Jang Hyuk, in a weakened state, shares that he fell seriously ill while working tirelessly to pass a crucial engineering job test. Notably, he not only passed the test, but also secured the job. Da-yoon reassures him about his recovery. Jang Hyuk is diagnosed with hepatitis B, and suspicions of contagion arise among other patients. When Hyuk's parents visit their sick child, they too begin to worry about the disease's contagious nature, refraining from physical contact with him. His close friends also express their reluctance to visit him, fearing infection. Da-yoon takes it upon herself to educate fellow patients that hepatitis is not contagious and assures them that Hyuk will recover. She exhibits extraordinary kindness to Hyuk, even going so far as to kiss his IV bag to alleviate his stress. One evening, while taking a walk, Hyuk encounters Da-yoon in the hallway smoking a cigarette. She confides in him that she isn't allowed to smoke in front of the head nurse and vents her frustration about her exhausting 8-hour shifts. Jang Hyuk notices a ring on Da-yoon's finger, which she reveals to be her graduation ring. Later, when the head nurse arrives, Da-yoon blames Hyuk for the smoking incident to protect her own job. The following day, Da-yoon apologizes to Hyuk for unfairly shifting the blame onto him, as she would have faced a pay cut for smoking. During lunch, Hyuk observes Da-yoon unexpectedly beginning to eat his food without permission. Surprisingly, he doesn't seem to mind. Da-yoon promises to treat him to food later. On another occasion, Da-yoon, exhausted from her work, takes a brief nap on Hyuk's bed. Hyuk starts developing an attraction to Da-yoon and confides in his friends. He's captivated by the idea that a charming girl like Da-eun enjoys his presence. When Da-yoon catches Hyuk smoking in the hallway, she chastises him for endangering his health given his hepatitis B condition. He leaves a message on his phone, swearing not to smoke again. Hyuk frequently calls Da-yoon, sometimes under the guise of a patient call, but more often to relay messages and provide her with snacks, soup, or the opportunity for a nap when she's fatigued. He even pilfers expensive macarons from another patient's fridge to gift them to Da-yoon. During a lunch together, Da-yoon inquires about Hyuk's relationship status, causing him to panic. Upon being informed by other doctors that he'll be discharged soon, Hyuk panics at the prospect of leaving Da-yoon. He also becomes envious when he observes Da-yoon conversing intimately with one of her colleagues. Hyuk intends to bid a proper farewell to Da-yoon before parting ways, planning to give her flowers. However, the plan goes awry when the head nurse arrives unexpectedly. Hyuk is reluctant to leave the hospital without a proper goodbye or obtaining Da-yoon's contact information. Back at home, he tries to recall Da-yoon's number. After various attempts, he succeeds in reaching her, openly expressing his affection. Da-yoon invites Hyuk to her apartment, and he rushes to her with his father's car. His father is displeased with Hyuk for taking the car without permission. At Da-yoon's apartment, Hyuk is initially bashful and anxious, struggling to initiate a conversation. As he considers leaving, Da-yoon suggests he stay the night. He agrees, and they enjoy a restful night's sleep. The following morning, Hyuk takes initiative, fixing a broken light bulb, taking out the trash, and preparing breakfast. Da-yoon is touched by his gestures, convinced of his feelings for her. They briefly share a passionate moment. In the subsequent days, Hyuk assists Da-yoon at work, and they enjoy their relationship, despite Hyuk's parents' disbelief. Hyuk occasionally becomes envious of Da-yoon's close relationship with her colleague. Da-yoon reveals that she has lost her ring. She plans a vacation to Jeju Island, wanting Hyuk to join her. They shop for matching shirts, but their purchase is incomplete due to Hyuk's inability to find the right size. When Hyuk arrives at the airport for their Jeju Island trip, Da-eun surprises him with matching sneakers, promising to lose weight for their next Christmas trip. Hyuk fulfills his promise, attaining a remarkable physique. They continue to enjoy their lives, with Hyuk performing well in his job. Hyuk receives a job offer from a major corporation in Seoul, offering substantial career opportunities. He is hesitant to leave Da-yoon and the city, but believes the opportunity could benefit both of them. When he informs Da-yoon about the job offer, she is skeptical, feeling that they should have discussed it together. Hyuk surprises Da-yoon with a new car and a replacement ring. He intends to commute to Seoul while returning to their apartment each day to be with her. Hyuk prepares to leave for Seoul, watching other commuters with curiosity as he embarks on his new journey. In his new office, he seeks guidance from a co-worker on where to go, effectively continuing his career. The enigmatic employee guides Hyuk to his new office, where he proceeds to introduce himself to his new supervisors. During this introduction, he also meets Bo Young, who is competing with him for the permanent job position. Hyuk is incensed because his former boss assured him he would be the sole candidate to secure the position. Seeking clarity, he calls his former boss, who advises him to work harder to prove his worth to the company. Hyuk perceives Bo Young as a formidable rival and contemplates strategies to secure the permanent position. Da-yoon advises him to find ways to make himself more appreciated by the bosses. One idea Hyuk has is to buy coffee for everyone in the office, but Bo Young takes charge of the task, distributing coffee to employees without Hyuk's request and garnering all the credit. The entire team is engaged in designing a new bridge. Bo Young attempts to mislead Hyuk, and he unfortunately falls into a trap, leading to a scolding from their boss. Frustrated by Bo Young's tactics, Da-yoon advises Hyuk to outsmart her next time. The day of the bridge design presentation arrives. Initially, the team receives praise for their strong design, but Hyuk intervenes, pointing out potential vulnerabilities to tsunamis. Tests confirm his concerns, allowing Hyuk to somewhat undermine Bo Young's standing. The company's leadership decides to pair the new employees, Bo Young and Hyuk, to recreate the bridge's design to gauge their true capabilities. Hyuk seizes every opportunity to outperform Bo Young. However, he becomes increasingly apathetic toward his work, while Bo Young diligently works to the point of neglecting her personal needs. Returning home, Hyuk aims to share his achievements with Da-yoon, but falls asleep from exhaustion due to his long commute. When he awakens, he begins to notice the similarities between his life and those of the overworked individuals he used to mock. Da-yoon suggests that he no longer needs to return home every day and should visit on weekends instead. Bo Young, exhausted from the ongoing project, continues to work tirelessly without taking a day off since partnering with Hyuk. One night, while working late, the office lights go out. Hyuk encounters the mysterious employee from his first day who indirectly references Bo Young's exhaustion and advises Hyuk to seize opportunities. Bo Young confronts Hyuk, claiming she's been handling all the work while he contributes nothing. Guilt-ridden, Hyuk decides to help Bo Young recreate the bridge's design, and together they produce a design capable of withstanding a tsunami. Their bosses commend both of them, and the company looks forward to their involvement in future projects. During a company dinner, Hyuk intends to leave early to meet Da-yoon while Bo Young consumes excessive alcohol. However, upon returning home, Hyuk realizes that Da-yoon's work shift has changed, making her unavailable when he arrives. She also asks him to change a broken light bulb, but he is too fatigued to do so. The next morning, their boss appreciates Bo Young and Hyuk even more. Bo Young confesses her enjoyment of working with Hyuk, and he reciprocates the sentiment. They collaborate on a new project for several days, while Da-yoon feels neglected. The employee who has been following Hyuk encourages him to pursue Bo Young, as it appears she has developed feelings for him. Their next project is even more successful than the previous one, and their colleagues are pleased with their collaboration. Bo Young suggests they have dinner together, which Hyuk accepts. While enjoying a meal, Da-yoon calls Hyuk, who lies to her about his whereabouts, saying he is with the entire company at a restaurant. Da-yoon is frustrated by Hyuk's consistent neglect of his responsibilities at home. Hyuk eventually returns, tired from his commute, and Da-yoon confronts him about the broken light bulb. However, Hyuk's negligence becomes a source of tension in their relationship. When Da-yoon reveals she is expecting a child, Hyuk, taken by surprise, doesn't react enthusiastically, causing strain in their relationship. They visit a medical clinic and make a difficult decision, deeply affecting both of them. Hyuk chooses to take time off work to support Da-yoon's health, but she urges him to return to work. While working late into the night, Hyuk contemplates his life and begins to resent his daily commute and its impact on his work and relationship with Dayoon. Hyuk refocuses on his work, remaining in Seoul for an extended period. His professional relationship with Bo-young thrives. However, he avoids Dayoon when they shop, displaying little enthusiasm. This triggers an emotional outburst from Dayoon. Hyuk tries to console her but mistakenly calls her Bo-young. Dayoon suspects an affair between Hyuk and Bo-young and cries, lamenting the loss of their child. Hyuk opts to return to Seoul. Back at work, he and Bo-young share a passionate kiss, signaling the beginning of a more profound romantic relationship. Hyuk begins receiving reminders about the Jeju Island tickets he purchased, unsure of what to do with them as he has lost contact with Dayoon. The day arrives for Bo-young and Hyuk to learn the fate of their job positions, but they discover their contributions have been credited to permanent employees. Hyuk is heartbroken over not securing the job and nearly losing Dayoon. Bo-young reveals she's considering studying abroad. Hyuk remembers the Jeju Island tickets and decides to mend his relationship with Dayoon. He rushes to the airport with a ring he once gifted her. However, upon reaching Dayoon, he collides with another man who shares his name, and Dayoon is in love with the other Jang Hyuk. Hyuk is devastated by Dayoon's betrayal and returns to Bo-young. She ultimately leaves him, citing that their relationship isn't ready to progress.